Alright, the next tape job we're going to learn is wrist flexion. It's going to protect the wrist that's been hyperextended. So you're actually going to have the athlete in a slightly flexed position to protect the injured structures that are on the anterior aspect of the wrist. Alright, so first you have your athlete sit down. Their other hand is going to be supporting their arm so they don't get tired. You're going to have them palm up. And right now he is in neutral position. I'm going to slightly flex his spread fingers apart, keep them nice and spread apart the entire time. And he's going to be in a slightly flexed position. You're going to stay there the entire time throughout the tape job. Alright, you're going to use your TDA. Again, because you're practicing, you're not going to use it, but you're going to apply it on the palm of the hand and the wrist so the tape will stay. First you apply your pre-wrap. You want to start distally on the, proximally on the wrist, just like that. And then you want to cover the palm of the hand. You want to basically adjust it for the web space here. You don't want it covering this joint or crowding the joint of the thumb. Just like that. And you come back around in a figure 8 pattern, end to end on the wrist, just like that. Alright, so you'll do 2 anchors, one proximally, covering up by half, and you move distally. You want to make sure that you're not doing it too tight, you're just laying it down, just like that. Alright, so you'll know when to stop because this is where his wrist ends. You don't want to crowd that area. You'll do 1 on the palm of the hand. Again, pinching the tape for the web space. Just like that. Alright, so you'll do what's called a, what's it called? I was like star pattern. Star pattern.
That's fun.
So you'll do what's called a star pattern, starting on the wrist, starting on the wrist and ending on the hand. You want to start at the very top of the proximal anchor and come to the very distal end of the anchor on the hand. And try your best not to wrinkle your tape. Make sure your athlete is keeping in the right position. Alright, so the first direction is straight across. Start at the other end. So you're going to come from medial to lateral across, making a star pattern. Make sure your tape sticks nice and well. And then you'll go from lateral to medial. Make sure you're laying your tape down nice and flat. Alright, so again you're starting at the proximal end of your wrist anchors and the distal end of your hand anchor. And then you want to make sure that you crunch the middle right here at the wrist. Okay, and on top of the star pattern you'll do a figure 8 tape job. So you'll start at the top of the wrist. You'll go from lateral to medial to the back of the hand. As you come around, you're going to come through the web space. Again, pinch there for the room. And you'll go back on the top of the wrist and come back around. So again, that's a figure 8 pattern. Because you're starting here, you're coming around the wrist and ending on the top of the wrist. You'll do one on top of that. Again, medial to lateral, come to the back of the hand, pinch for the web space, come back over the wrist, and around. You'll finish with your anchors. So make sure everything's covered and it doesn't come off. So all your edges are closed, and you check the thumb for circulation, and you can check the fingers also to make sure that he has really good capillary refill. that way he can't hyperextend with this tape job.